Hello, welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We're your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. We'll use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take on each contestant and our feedback on their voice and overall performance. Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we will keep it 100 with the feedback and our critiques of each contestant's vocal and overall performance. But what we're never here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. While we may come off a little pitchy,
come on,
at times, if you know what I mean, we'll always do our best to speak our truths with love, kindness, and respect. And with that, let's jump right in and talk about the final night of the playoff round. Oh my Lord. I don't even know where to begin. You had to end with John. You had to end with John because you know John's team was going to bring it. And did they ever? They ever bring it, Stephanie? Okay. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Jump off the bat, they were full of surprises tonight, and this was one of the best surprises of the night. And Stephanie, you tell us what happened right off the jump.
So before we even got a chance to breathe, John is on the phone saying, "Hey, AZÁN," and we're like,
she had to come back. She had to come back.
It was necessary. Absolutely.
She had to come back. AZÁN literally got caught up in, I guess whose team that she was on and jumping teams, but AZÁN's too good not to have been brought back for the Super Save. And she was just over the moon ecstatic, as we just knew she would be.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful, wonderful choice for John to bring AZÁN back. So, AZÁN was up first, Stephanie.
Yes, right off the bat.
Right off the bat. You're like, okay, well, here we go. We're going with the Super Save. And what did she perform for us?
She performed Adorn by Miguel.
Now, before I go into, and we go into our critique, AZÁN, sis, I know you watch or listen to the Pitchy Podcast. I want to give a personal disclaimer, and Stephanie probably wants to give a similar one.
Yes.
You are spectacular. Everything that the judges said about you, we 100% agree with. Nobody has a stage presence. Nobody commands. Nobody's more captivating on stage than you are.
That's right.
And you have the crazy vocal to back it up. You aren't just a pretty face. You aren't just an entertaining face. You have crazy vocal talent.
Yes.
And I want to start with that. So I'm going to start right there, and then I'm going to go in. Sis, this is my personal opinion. I'm going to get a little pitchy. I was mad, not at you, but for you. Because I believe Stephanie were like, of all songs, Adorn, I was perplexed. I was perplexed. Because to me, I just don't think that this is a type of song, and there may be personal reasons that you picked it or whoever picked it, but I just don't think this is the type of song to show off your voice in the stages of the playoffs that we're in, and being that you're a Super Save. I don't know what I wanted, but I think that Adorn is more of a talky song. I don't think that it really was able to show off your vocals, and I just didn't like the arrangement of it. I thought it sounded in the band, and this is one of mine and Stephanie's favorite bands of all time. I thought it sounded a little cheap. I thought the arrangement sounded a little cheap, a little elementary. And I just think it was the wrong song. I was like, it did not show off your voice enough for me, and we want your voice to be shown off because you're that daggone good, AZÁN.
Absolutely.
Until the back end, I was like, but that was all you, sis. That was 100% you. what you did on the back end of that song, what you took from that song and what you were singing down, I said, "Oh, AZÁN," and then I was like, "Okay, I'm over the song, but I'm listening to AZÁN do her
That's right.
thing." And I said, "Nobody has a more lovelier head voice than you. You have the most gorgeous top.
It's
It's just
gorgeous.
gorgeous. It's like angelic. It is so pure, so clean, so just beautiful."
Mhm.
And I said, "And your spirit, and you actually have a gift to perform, and your spirit precedes you, sis. It really does. You will
Mhm.
light up a room. You will make a depressed person happy. That is your gift.
Yes.
You are just a brilliant light." And that's all I'm going to say for now, because I'm going to give Stephanie some, because I'm going to say some things a little bit later. But yes, Stephanie.
James, I felt the same way. I was I was watching again with my husband, and we kind of go back and forth during the commercials, just giving our own critiques on what we thought. And he had nothing but lovely things to say about AZÁN, and we kind of do this pass the mic type thing. So he passed
Right.
the mic to me, and I said, "I'm mad. I'm mad." And for all the same reasons that you articulated, James, I was mad at the song choice because I feel like AZÁN is so much better than this song. But here's the interesting part, and this is why I think John was as ecstatic. And I don't know, like, if you heard him after her performance, he was more demonstrative and more vocally affirming than I have ever heard him of any other contestant, including other contestants in this
When has
particular
John
performance.
Legend ever said that something was perfect?
He said, "It's perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect." And this is why. Because I believe John knew that this was not a great song choice either. And I believe he was thoroughly impressed. And I was thoroughly impressed with the artistry and the musicianship that AZÁN was able to bring to this song to make something out of nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
She sang the mess out of this
She did.
song.
She
To the
did.
point where I would say, give AZÁN this song, but I don't even want AZÁN to sing this song again. This song is not worthy of her.
No,
She
it
is
really
so
isn't.
much better than this song. But what she was able to do to this song, I was like, you better shoot your shot and sing, sis. You
Yeah.
better take what is
Pay
the
for your supper,
construct of
girl. Pay
this
for your
song,
supper.
and you better do everything that you can. Not you better. Go ahead, girl, with you doing everything that you did to show your voice, to show your range, to show
100%.
your performance, to show the best of yourself in this song and in this scenario. Her voice was so, like you said, it's clean. AZÁN don't do a whole bunch of running. She reminded me of Shantae Moore. It's like you
Oh,
got a Shantae
great,
Moore voice
great.
where it is just so pretty
Pure,
and so
pure, pretty.
precise and so pure. Absolutely. She used dynamics a lot in the song to show her range and to interpret this song the way that she did. I I was so happy for her at the end of this because it was the absolute best she could do with
Right.
what she was given. And that is why John was as boisterous as he was, because he knew it too.
Makes
He
sense.
knew it too.
Makes sense. And the thing is like, we've seen the track records of the super saves. No super saves have been saved at this
And
point.
this is why, again, James, this is another reason why I was mad. I was like,
Right.
do not bring AZÁN back and give her this song. And like almost
Where's the voice on it?
it felt like a setup. And
Yeah.
that's why I was mad. I was like, why are you even bringing her back to sing this song? Like
Right.
it didn't feel right in the
Right.
moment.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, we'll talk about the results a little bit later, but
Yeah.
AZÁN, you killed what you had. You killed it
Yes,
for what
sis.
you had. You really did. Oh, your talent.
Ooh.
It's refreshing You
Yes.
know why it's refreshing, Azan? It's refreshing to see someone with so much joy on stage.
Oh,
You
yes.
exude joy.
Oh my God. Her presence was off the charts.
Yeah,
Off the charts.
it was great.
Incredible. Hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so who's next?
Up next was Kristen Brown, and she sang Need You Now by Lady A.
Oh, Stephanie, you know what? I forgot how much I love this song. This song is
Same.
this was their big crossover hit that made Lady A, the household names in all genres. And I was like, what a perfect song for Kristen.
Yes.
Because Kristen's got a little pop, a little country, a little pop country type voice. And I
Yes.
said, take note, singers, especially female singers, take note. Listen to how Kristen started this song
Come on.
in her low register.
Come on.
Some of the best low female singing I have heard
Yeah.
on The Voice ever. I said, Kristen, the lower, quieter side of your voice, I said, you handled it with such a delicate touch.
Come
I
on.
said, oh, that was gorgeous. I said, and I wrote again, I said, this song is gorgeous in her voice. I said, Kristen, the one thing that you need to watch for is watch when you flip into your head voice that you don't lose the pitch. You got a lot of times when you flip, it'll happen in your larynx, and you need to watch the air. I'm sorry, I'm getting pedagogy and all the crap. But you got to watch the air coming from your diaphragm as you're flipping, because sometimes you can overshoot it or something.
Mhm.
So just be careful with that. I felt like the song was a little big for her towards the end, Stephanie. I felt
Mhm.
like, you often use the term running out of steam. I felt like she ran out of steam a little bit with
Yeah.
this song. I said if she could have brought the same intensity in the most difficult part of the song to me, which was the beginning, I felt like, bring that
Yeah.
same support, bring that same breath, bring that same air in to the back half of the song, she would have given a flawless performance.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree with you about the beginning of that song. To be in your lower register as a female and to be able to give the breath and even the extension of the last lines of those lyrics. I
Yep.
was like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it was
That was
gorgeous.
so pretty. The part ever crossed your mind, she did flip in her falsetto there, and it was really quiet, and that was gorgeous. There were just some really, really, really spectacular moments that I usually can't pick up when I'm watching just on TV. Those are the things that I usually hear when I have my good ears in. So the fact that I was able to hear that translate even just watching on the TV shows you just how good that really, really
Yeah.
was. She I heard some Carrie, kind of like you were talking, like
Yeah.
the pop country vocal.
Oh
I heard
yeah.
some Carrie in there. I was like, oh. She just has this really classic, pretty country vocal, and I thought that this was, like you said, a really great song choice for that. The end of that song is deceiving because it starts off so quiet, but then the build at the end is something else. And there was a portion where I don't know if I heard her voice crack just a bit or
Right.
something happened in that upper part, but what I was so happy about is that she recovered. She did not let
That's the key.
whatever that little bit that was that happened mess her up. She continued, and the rest of the end of that song was really, really good.
Mhm.
But yeah, the end of the song requires just as much, if not more, breath support as the beginning of that song. But overall, I thought she really did a wonderful job with this song. It was really good to hear it again, just like
Yeah.
you were saying. It
It
was
was
really
good
good to
to
hear it
hear it,
again.
and it was good. I love that she brought as I love it when they bring the big songs and they challenge
Right,
themselves with
right.
the big songs. This is
Yes,
a huge song.
yes.
Yeah, great job, great job, Kristen.
Absolutely.
All right, who do we have next? Another K, don't we?
Another K. Next we have Kaylee Shimizu.
Girl.
And she sang You Put a Move on My Heart. It's a
Oh,
Quincy Jones song. But I think James is most familiar hearing the artist Tamia singing this song.
Yes. So to give you all a little history, and I think John gave a little bit of the history. This was on Quincy Jones' Back on the Block, I think, album, and Tamia has always sung this.
Yes.
Tamia, Quincy Jones actually introduced Tamia to the world through this song.
Right.
So this is the first time we got to hear Tamia, and this song was a monster hit.
Yes.
When it came out.
Yes.
And then Tamia just had the huge career, went on to have the huge career that she had.
Yes.
But I was a little nervous. I said, this is a monster song.
Yeah.
I said, I put this song in the same category as Whitney songs, as Mariah songs, as Celine songs. I said, You Put a Move in My Heart is rangy.
Yes.
It's exposes, and it is unforgiving. And I said, but if anyone's up to the challenge, Miss Kaylee is up to the challenge.
Yeah.
I said, I wrote Nuts, one of the most difficult, gorgeous songs, like, period. Yeah. I said, but I know Kaylee's up to the challenge. I said, I'm gonna need. I don't know if this note was for the rehearsal or for the actual performance. I said, I like my tempo slight, like a smidge faster. Did you notice that, Steph?
Yes,
like
James.
This song, I was like, I felt like it was this tempo, and it wasn't Kaylee. I felt like it was the band, maybe, and God forbid I'm saying the band. I felt like the tempo choice was a little, like a smidge slow for me.
You're absolutely right.
A smidge. And I said, I said, I don't know. I said, for the first time, I hear a 17-year-old singing. Now, one of the best 17-year-old voices I've ever heard. Right. I've heard some pretty good 17-year-old voices over the years. I said, but for the first time, I said, this is a song that I think that is going to be perfect for her in 5 years. In 5 years. I said, you got to go through something. You got to go through something in your life, unless you just have one of those voices that's just bleeds emotion. Right. But you got to go through something in your life, like relationship-wise, to sing this song. Or be going through something that has you sing the song the way I want it to be sung. I said, I don't know. I just don't know. I said, maybe in a few years. I said, it sounds like an incredible teenager singing this song, because I just didn't feel like she related to the lyrics of what she was singing. And I felt like she sang the snot out of it, like, technically. Right. But I needed more phrasing. I needed some different phrasing choices but then she gives you that crazy whistle. She probably has one of the strongest whistle tones, like, out of all the singers on the show. Like, it's bananas. I said it's really, really good. I said, but it was just okay for me, because I was looking for, and Kaylee, this has nothing to do with your actual singing voice, because your singing voice, you have one of the best voices this season. Yes. I said, but I just think that you need a little bit more time and a few more years with this song. My voice teacher used to tell me when I, came on the scene, because I was 17 when I started college, and I was at the conservatory, and I was Big Bad James from Columbia, Maryland, like nowhere. And I came up, and I was in Philadelphia, and I was like, oh, I want to sing Nessun Dorma. I want to sing, like, all these big arias. And my voice teacher said, okay, you can learn them, but how about 10, 15 more years?
That's right.
A little marinating on the vocal cords. Right. And I was like, what? No, never. And trust and believe, you are going to sing this song down in a few years. Absolutely. And I can't wait to hear you do it. Stephanie.
What it was for me that I was able to kind of put together why it wasn't connecting with me as well is because she made a very interesting choice in singing this song that I think was the appropriate choice. The lyric to the song is, I've got a real man here by my side, right?
Yes.
Kaylee was singing, I have a real love here in my life, which I think was completely appropriate, right? But
You can't sing about, you can't be underage and sing about I got a real man.
I mean, you shouldn't be, right?
No.
You shouldn't be. You really shouldn't be, okay?
Not when you're underage.
Not when you're underage. So in that context, she was singing this song. She was approaching this song in a different way. She was approaching this song as singing about love. Okay,
Right.
so she's singing about a thing. And that when you sing about a thing, you sing it in a different way. There's a different approach. Now, if I am singing this song, I am singing about a man. And I'm singing about a person. And when you sing about a person and you deliver these lyrics about someone, you are coming at it with a different aura, with a different flavor, with a different spirit.
Right.
And that was the difference in this song. So Kaylee sang the notes well, and she sang the song well. And she delivered as far as that goes. However, there was, if you love this song and you know the Tamia version the way that James and I do, then it just hit a little differently because she was singing about a thing, love, and not a person, which again is appropriate. My thing would be, don't give her this song. Don't give her this song because she wisely executed it in the way that she should have, but it left something to be desired for those of us that really, really love this song. So I think that she did about the best job that she could do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She sang it well. And this is a difficult, take the context of the song and this song is so difficult. And rangy. And I don't know, honestly, that we give Tamia the props that we should give her for the artistry that she has to have in order to execute this song. I don't think she gets the props that she should.
That all starts out straight out, though. Time after time.
When I'm feeling low. Low is low. Yep. This is another, I told my husband, this is another shower song because I ain't singing it out in karaoke because it goes down to, I've got a ring. Are you serious? And that's not even the highest part.
Yeah.
Props to Tamia for her. For
Dude,
her.
Ending of that song is like suicide, right?
It is.
So like, yeah.
It's pretty much what Kaylee did.
Yeah,
it's pretty much what Kaylee did, which is why she gets props.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome job, Kaylee.
Yeah.
All right. Next song. Oh gosh, this song.
So the next song was Taylor Deneen. She sang Get Here by Oleta Adams.
Okay, y'all. This song gets me in my feelings every time. This song just takes me back to my youth. It was originally written by the incomparable Brenda Russell, who a lot of people in modern times know her as one of the chief writers of the musical The Color Purple.
Yeah.
Brenda wrote for that. But this song was also, and I may have said this someone sang this, I think, a few years ago on the podcast. I may have given background, but if you missed it, this song was brought back up in the early 90s at Desert Storm. Okay, this was kind of like the Desert Storm song when it first came out because they wanted the troops to come home. You can reach me by caravan, cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. So this song has huge Like it's revered by a lot of people, and
Right.
it's one of the most gorgeous songs ever written.
Yeah.
I said, so this song gets me my feelings every time. I like the second you hear that do 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 do, like the tears start flowing for me. I
Yeah.
said, one of my absolute favorites. I said, Taylor. I said, the world stops when Taylor sings.
Listen,
The world stops.
that's the truth.
I said, time stands still when Taylor sings.
Yeah.
She's that special of a singer.
Yes.
I said, my only problem, not with Taylor, but with the arrangement of this song is and this is James being very selfish. I'm a purist when it comes to this song. So I need this song sung straight. So that's why I kind of agreed 100% when John told her in the rehearsal, hey, you don't need to give us so many ornamentations, or that's not really you, Taylor. And as far as I agree with John, I don't think that's so much because your voice is like I said, time stands still when you sing. You have
Yeah.
that special voice, so I don't think you needed to do all that. Now granted, I know artistically you were taking your artistic liberties, probably because you did not want the song to be a copycat of Olita or a copycat of someone else that has sung it.
Right.
And I get it. I get it. I get it. Which maybe a few of those could have been done, but I wanted less ornamentation. I put less ornamentation, but she still sounds bananas.
Oh, absolutely.
I said, and it's crazy, Taylor, Deneen. It's crazy how seasoned your voice is.
Stop taking my words.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, I have to remind myself you're 23 years young because to me, you have a voice on the same level as, say, a Miss Monet, who's been in the game for like 35, almost 40 years.
Yeah.
And you're singing like this at 23.
Yeah.
Which is it is amazing. It is astonishing to me.
It's
That's why I said the
bananas.
world stops when you sing,
Yeah.
because your voice is so special, and you sounded brilliant. I want to hear you sing a just straight version of this song, and I probably would be an absolute disaster. I wouldn't be good for the rest of the day because you're just that good, Taylor.
Absolutely.
Stephanie?
Did you notice that she upped the key?
Yes.
This is not the original key.
No, it
I
was
was like,
not.
okay, ma'am, take it up.
Which she absolutely can.
Yes.
She's got
So
a voice that can, oh, I don't know what key it's in. I can sing in any key, whatever.
exactly. Exactly. She is so beautiful and poised on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Her voice and her tone like exude class and elegance. Like you said, she's got this seasoned voice. That's exactly what I wrote down, and I think that's what we've said of her before. Um, the instrumentation, I think, is what happened with this song. I feel like there was an element of the instrumentation of this song that did not keep her on a rhythm. Like I want to be in the
Yes.
pocket with this song. Do, do,
Yes.
do, 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 do.
And Stephanie, to your point, you bring up a really good point. To me, I need not keys. I need a baby grand or grand to take the lead on this song, and every other instrumentation playing second fiddle, not literally, but secondary to that baby grand.
Right.
I don't need synth. I don't need keys. I need baby grand or grand
Yeah.
piano, because
Yeah.
that's what this song. It's a singer-songwriter song,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And that's how Alita does it. That's how Brenda did it. That's how I need this song. I need keys to take the lead, and to me, it's like keys and the voice kind of go back
Yeah.
and forth with each other.
Yes.
So Stephanie, oh, you brought up a really good point. I could not put it into words and figure out like what is it that this arrangement is just not doing for me the way that what I need it to do.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't allow for her to keep. I feel like she could have made some of the ornamentation choices that she wanted to make if the instrumentation would have stayed in a pocket. And I feel like it did not. So I think it took you and I out of the original song or out of the original version a little bit more than what we wanted to be.
Yeah.
However, her voice is just undeniable. Like I can't believe her voice, and I can't believe it when we're reminded that she's 23. I'm like, there is no way. Like you always say, check the birth certificate. That can't be true. It can't be true. Her stage presence, each round, I feel like she has become more and more comfortable and confident on that stage.
Yeah.
And this performance was just a culmination of that. It was beautiful. She looked beautiful. It was overall, it was a beautiful performance. It really was.
I agree. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous singing. Woo.
Yes.
All right. Who is next? Oh, next is our leak, isn't it?
Yes, it was our leak. Our leak was Lila Forde, and she sang Angel from Montgomery by Bonnie Raitt and John Prine.
I said Lila can't do wrong because she's singing a Bonnie Raitt song. Like, you can't go wrong.
There you go.
Because I already know Lila can sing her face off.
Absolutely.
And she did. I said, let me tell you, I wrote down, I said, the tones that come from Lila's mouth aren't of this world. And then I wrote, Lila's voice is nature. Like, it's just nature. Like I look outside, and if Lila was singing, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, nature's singing to me.
Right.
Like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's so organic. It's so earthy. It's so just, it's just such a gorgeous. And Gwen said, like, you sound like the 70s singer, but
Yes.
it's not copy. It's not a copy. It's that earth tone, oranges, brown. It's fall. Her voice is fall. It's fall. It is. It's the most gorgeous time of year. Fall is my favorite season.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie and I are both fall babies.
Yes.
So I think it's her favorite season too. I hope it's your favorite.
Not, but that's okay.
Well, she's still a fall baby. She can't.
I am a fall baby. I'm a summer girl.
It's fall.
Yeah.
I said, you better run, girl. Did you hear her run?
No, she ran that whole scene.
I was like, girl. I said, Lila said, let me remind you. I can do it too.
Yes.
Like I always say, I ain't no one-trick pony. I said, there is an ease to her voice.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that reminds me, more nature references, that reminds me of a rainy, lazy Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where there's not a care in the world.
That's right.
And you're just sitting on your windowsill, looking at the rain and napping, waking up. Like, that's Lila's voice. It's a vibe. It's a mood. It just takes you there. And like, her voice paints a picture, and I just love it. She is a quiet force to reckon with on this show. Don't you sleep on Lila.
That's right.
Of the Alexas and Lennons, and like, she is that voice.
Absolutely.
And I think Lila is great. I said, tell the story. I said, I loved what she did on the word cowboy. I said, she did that word. I said, that lyric was everything.
Yeah.
I said, y'all, she sang the end of that song down.
She ran the end of that song down.
That song down. I said, Lila, you were like, I'm on Team Legend. I don't need to sing R&B. She's like, I'm earth tones. I'm fall. I'm nature.
Yes.
That's what her voice sounds like. Scary, scary voice she has. Mm-hmm. Stephanie.
She just looked like she was having the best time singing this song. Like, the joy of singing, as you like to say. Yeah. That's what I saw from her.
Yeah.
As a performer, she is so interesting and quirky. Like, there's this joy and there's this innocence, and there's this kind of like, she kind of bends her head around and bends her body around a little bit. It's so organic. Like, that's the perfect word for her. Her style and her sound is just so organic. I said she had a bubbly brook voice. Like, it's just nature, just straight up nature. She has this interesting, rich yet airiness in her voice. Like they happen at the same time. It's almost like what Layla Hathaway can do when she goes into those two tones. I feel like that's the kind of voice Lila has. Like it's crazy. Her runs, I think I called them this before. I kind of phrased it differently this time, like fluttery runs, these little butterfly runs and she was fluttering and butterflying all throughout the song, but really on the end of that song. And I think that that's a note that John gave her to do a little bit extra at the end of the song to kind of make it a full story. And she sure enough did that. I love the line that you were talking about, how she kind of talked it a little bit. That gave a little bit of a little bit of personality and a little bit of character.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, it was just so cool. Like I want to hear more from her. Like that's I could listen to her. I could put her on and just let it run. Whatever she was singing, whatever was on her record, put it on, let it run. Love it.
Yeah. It was crazy, and I guess I'm foreshadowing a little bit. Like after she got done, I said, "Oh, she's through," like in the best way. I said, "Oh
yeah."
No. I said, "Well, we already know one person who's going through." After that performance, I said, "You can't do you must send that voice through."
Right. Right. Yeah.
Especially what she did at the end of that song. I was like, okay. Okay, like you know what I'm really looking forward to also this season, and I pray they do it, Stephanie.
What's that?
I'm really looking forward to the group sings when they sing.
Oh gosh, yes.
Hopefully they're gonna bring that back.
Got it. When they sing with their coaches,
when they sing with their coaches, yes. I'm like, y'all. I said the voices are too ridiculous this season to not bring some monster songs. Like seriously.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. All right. So, all I'm going to say before we talk about our last contestant, if you've been watching the Pitchy podcast for now over a year, and this is our third season that we've been doing the Pitchy podcast, there's been one song, Stephanie and I bring up over and over and over again. We want some type of iteration of this song, whether it be country, whether it be R&B, whether it be anything.
Yeah.
Because it's one of mine, Stephanie's favorite songs. This song is 20 plus years old, and it could be brought back today and be as monster of a hit as it was 20 plus years ago. This song got a lot of young kids in trouble. A lot of young kids had to sneak this song. Now, granted, I was in my early 20s when this song came out, but Stephanie was still a teenager.
That's right.
So, and she was a good girl. So, when this song came out, it kind of changed the game of R&B music. Yes. It was like at the height and the pinnacle of neo soul R&B music.
Right.
And it was done by the incomparable, one of the greatest R&B, one of the greatest singers, in my opinion, and musicians of all time, D'Angelo. Mm-hmm. And this is a song he never gave a title to. It's actually called Untitled. How does it feel? I believe D'Angelo wrote the song for Prince, or with keeping Prince in mind. If you know this song, you hear a lot of Prince in this song.
Yes.
Stephanie and I would say I'm gonna give myself the credit. I was the first. I had a small inkling when we last week were watching some of the previews when they were previewing going into the playoffs. They showed Mac for like a split second, and it threw Stephanie off. But I'm going to tell you right now, Stephanie and Pitchies, it did not throw James off.
It did not.
I said, it's going to happen. I heard it. It's a song that I am so familiar with that I just need one. I need 1 1/4 of a note of this song, and I know that this song is on. That's how familiar I am with this song.
Yes.
But Stephanie, tell everybody why it threw you off. What did you hear Mac do?
Well, there was a lyric in the song that I think that I just haven't paid attention because by the time this lyric comes in the song, I'm already gone. Like, I'm already gone. But it's something about tearing the walls down. And that is what I heard Max say. And I did not recognize that as a line from the song. Because again, by that point in the song, I'm gone.
Checked out.
Checked out. I'm just vibing at that point. The artist could be saying anything. I'm just like, I'm gone. So for that reason, I was like, I don't know, James, because I heard the instrumentation that he was saying, but the words threw me off.
I didn't hear what you heard.
I did. And this is also a part of my personality. I'm always going to prepare for the worst, right? I'm just going to prepare for the worst.
Hopes up.
Yes, I didn't want to get my hopes up. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to prepare my mind that this is not the song because of the lyric that I heard.
So what happened last night is they previewed after, I think, AZÁN. Was it AZÁN?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, it was after AZÁN.
They were showing, what was coming down the pike, right? In that episode.
In the episode.
They showed a little Kaylee, they showed a little, they showed a little this, they showed a little that. But then we got the confirmation. And Steph, what did you tell me that you said to yourself in your head when you did hear that we were going to hear this song?
What did I say? I don't even remember.
You said, okay, I had to get myself together.
Oh, yeah, I had to prepare myself.
I had to keep it
I had to keep it together. I had to mentally prepare and keep it together.
It's coming.
Because now I know it's coming. No, it's coming. and the 2-second snippet. The 2-second snippet that I heard was like, we in for
it? It's going to be a tsunami, earthquake, and hurricane all in one tonight.
Yeah.
So there will be nothing left. Nothing. So here's my thinking. I was like, okay, well, Lila has the leak, so I just assumed that she was going to be the closer, right?
Right.
Because I was like, okay, well, they leaked her. I assumed. Right. So when I saw that she was the penultimate or second to last, I'm going to use my SAT words.
Come on.
I was like, oh, and I cussed. I said, oh, shizzle. But I didn't say shizzle. I said, they're about to let us have it.
Yeah, if they're saving it for last,
they're about to let us have it. So let's go to and you all. This was so next level, as I think the word was used by one of the coaches. Next level. This was so next level that Stephanie and I are gonna start with the rehearsal. Okay. Now, y'all, we don't talk about the rehearsal too much. Like we'll occasionally say, "Oh, well, we heard someone say something in the rehearsal." Right. And that was real, like one of the like when one of the mega coaches comes on,
yes,
and says something really cool. It gives a really good note, or okay, they sounded pretty good. No, no. And I should have known because John Legend, as mild-mannered as John Legend is, he doesn't get happy too often.
Right.
But John Legend was so excited to have him sing this song.
Yes.
And he said, y'all, Max, like, he's it. He's the real deal. It's like, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, Max, it. He is R&B. He's just it. Yeah. So then, like, Matt comes in, and you hear the beat dropping by, you go, doom. And then they pull it back because there's talk. I'm like, yo, I just want to hear it.
Right.
And then, like, there's a part, like, and then John's, like, in the seat, like, convulsing. Like, he's like... Right. And Mac said, Mac used the famous line from the movie Ray that Jimmy Foxx, I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. Like, the famous line when he's like, yo, you got to do this song. He's like... And then John used the words like we use. He said, when I saw this song, when we picked this song, he's like, I knew you were going to destroy it. Yeah. That's the word that John used. He said, destroy.
Right.
And then Mac he just started, and you're just sitting there, you got to pick your mouth up off the floor because you're just sitting there like, this boy, everything he does, in my opinion, everything he has done this season has been, bar none, perfection. He doesn't sing a wrong note, contrary to popular belief. Every choice, every nuance, every artistic liberty is 100% perfect, and it's 100% Mac.
Right.
How can you take a perfect song and make it more perfect and not do a D'Angelo copy?
Right.
America, I introduced to you Mac Royals. There was a part. Did you hear the holleration? Stephanie, I know you heard it because you text me.
Yes,
I said, Stephanie, when you go back and watch the rehearsal, I said, listen, I said, they mute it, but you hear it in the background. He goes, yes. I can't even do it. And he didn't do it in the main performance, but I got to hear it. I said, okay, good. They probably like, oh, Matt, this is a family show. It's too much. Don't hurt him, Matt. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
Right.
And then what my favorite part of, he said, yay. I call it, let me tell you, y'all heard that. Yay. It was so, see, Stephanie she get a little weak. I made up a name. I'm going to trademark this. Nobody's better steal this from me. I made it up off the top of my head. I said, Matt has a vocal trick that he does, and I came up with a name for it. It's the reverse Luther Vandross.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt, that's what you do. You do the reverse Luther. A loofah, as they say.
A loofah.
Okay? Because Luther goes, that's what Luther does, but you went, yay. Dude, I was like, when I did it, I was like that's the noise I made. And I hit rewind on my thing. I said, what was that? What was that? What was that? It was electricity shooting through my body, Mac. Like that run is electric, okay? It is energy, dude. So we have that. Okay? And then again, one of my second favorite parts during the rehearsal is when it's when John said, okay, yeah, that ends great. But did you also, like, and I'm paraphrasing, he's like, oh, also try this. He was like, how does it feel? I said, he said, feel hard. I said, I'm done. I said, I'm not going to be able to get through this performance. I'm not going to be able to get through it, Mr. Royals.
That's right.
We go to the performance. And like happened, something like when Prince's guitar ascended into the sky in the George Harrison tribute in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like when he was playing the guitar and he just shredded it and gave one of the greatest guitar performances of all time, Prince. I don't have Stephanie talk about it, but Matt Royals mic just floated.
He was holding the mic stand with the mic on it as the intro of the song was playing, and it just floated down. He floated it through his fingers so that when he began to sing, the mic was at perfect level for him to say. I was like, "This is how we're starting."
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna do this tonight.
Well, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're doing on tonight. On tonight. This is what. Like I'm already mentally preparing myself.
All crooked, dag.
I can't get through I can't get through the intro. Really? But, oh my god.
Stephanie.
Oh my god.
It was.
Oh my god.
I don't even have notes. I'm just winging it, y'all. I know Stephanie took notes. I don't have notes because I watched this back an unhealthy amount of times. an unhealthy amount of time since last night. Okay? Mac, like, seriously, an unhealthy amount of times. Dude, like, I'm stealing everything, number one. Number two, you are magnificent. Number three, R&B is not dead because Mac Royals is here.
Yeah.
Number four, I think we have witnessed the musical birth of the next R&B superstar, as John said,
Yeah.
as they all said. I can't wait to see. Like every week, I'm watching for you, sir. Every week. Every week. Because I'm like, what is he going to do next?
What is he going to
Stephanie.
do?
I mean, I could talk. I'm gonna let you talk because you took more notes. I'm gonna let you talk, but y'all, it was just you gotta watch this performance, Stephanie. You just tell the kids, the pitches if they haven't watched it, just please.
And just to put some context around our energy, because I know that we're bringing a lot of energy. This song is just a pinnacle song from our growing up. This is a pinnacle song in the R&B community. If you love R&B, 90s, 2000s music, this is one of the staples, y'all. Yep. This song is a staple. And it is not done often at all. We don't it, and it can't be.
Allowed.
It's not allowed. You have to have special permission in order to do this song. Right? So, yeah, the whole mic floating down thing was just so smooth. It was so cool. It set the mood. If the mood wasn't already set, that set the mood, right? Yeah. So the first line of this song, when he says, "Girl, this song," okay, the intimacy of the delivery let me know we are in for it.
Yeah.
Because this song, if you have not caught yet, is a very intimate song. So you have to come with that intimate energy. And to see a man like Mac Royals, who is a man's man, be that vulnerable on stage is just spectacular to see, because we don't get to see that often. And it was just so impactful and so everything that I want. If you're going to sing this song, he gave me everything that I wanted. He gave me intimacy, he gave me vulnerability, and he gave me passion at the end. Because by the end of that song, he was like, "You gotta know, woo!" Like he did the woo, and I was like, yes, yes.
Definitely.
And that too, sir.
Answering himself in his own BGVs. Was he answering himself?
Yes.
And changing his tone?
Yes.
When he threw in BGV responses?
Yes.
I was like, dude, are you going to sing everyone's part?
Yes.
So, real quick, just to give you all context, if you're not familiar with this song, I'm going to say this in the most PG way I know how.
Good luck.
This song is if making love, not sex, if making love was a song, this is that song. Okay?
1000%.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Yes.
If making love was a song, it's Untitled. How does it feel?
It's Untitled. How does it feel? Absolutely.
That's why I can describe it.
Absolutely.
Without getting too risque.
That's perfect. Right? What you said is perfect.
Yeah.
Every part of his voice was spot on. The lows were spot on. The quiets were spot on. The falsettos were spot on. The full voice was spot on. The run off at the end of the song was spot on. And
reverse Luther.
The reverse Luther. There is complete, in the original version of the song, there is complete holleration at the end of the song, which Mac Royals did not do to the degree of the original. Didn't have to, wasn't necessary, wasn't needed. What he did was perfect. Now, Scoot and friends, if Mac Royals ever does this at a concert, I'm a need for the total holleration because we can all handle it then.
Yeah.
But for the voice audience,
This
for
is
this arena, for this venue, right? It was perfect. Gwen said he reminded her of Usher. And I can see that, like the delivery of it, the male, vulnerable, delicious delivery of the song.
Delicious
yes.
delivery. I love it.
Niall was losing his shizzle.
Like his foot was like up on the thing. Like
I want a Niall cam. Okay. I want full Niall cam for these lives to watch Niall.
I always look over to John. Like,
yeah, I want to see Niall's ongoing reactions, like in a little picture-in-picture on the screen, because his reactions are usually my reactions about what's going on stage. I love it. After the first run that Mac did, Gwen looked over and she was like, wow. Wow. And throughout the entire performance, John was losing it as well. He was losing it as well.
He said, girl, it's only, he said, yes.
He's like, yes.
It's only, yes.
Yes. Yeah. He was like, oh. John knew. John's been at the rehearsals. John knew what Mac was capable of. And John was like, he's delivering this on this song in these playoffs. Way to go, sir. Way to go.
Here's the thing I also loved. And this made me very happy. One of the first things that John said when they went to the rehearsal, he said, dude, they are still talking about your knockout.
Your knockout. Lost without you.
They're still talking about it.
Yes.
And that's how special this young man is.
I'm
so proud of you, Mac. I really, really am.
Absolutely.
Just, it doesn't get better.
No.
All right. So, Steph.
Mm-hmm.
This was a hard one.
Yes, it was.
This was a hard one. 2 I knew. But the last one, I was like, you can go any way you want.
That's right.
So,
here are the
order that John...
Yes, here are the results. Number 1, Mac Royals. Duh.
Mac keeps singing like that. I'd give him a golden ticket to the finale.
Right, absolutely. Yes, straight to the finale, absolutely. But then we wouldn't be able to hear him as many times. So I don't know about that. I want to hear Mac Royals as much as possible. But I agree with the sentiment.
I need a Mac Royal all my life. That's what I need. I need all my life. Oh my God. Semi said, no, it's too much.
No, it's not. That's perfect.
I need it all my life.
That's perfect. Number 2, Lila Forde.
Lila. Yep.
Yeah.
And then number 3, I'm so excited.
Number 3, I was stunned in the best way. AZÁN.
Oh.
AZÁN, our super save, our only super save to make it through to the lives.
Only one.
And did she deserve it? 1,000%.
And 50,000%.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, you 3.
Congratulations.
This was one of the most difficult rounds of The Voice we've ever seen of any season. Because so many of who didn't make it could have easily, and in other seasons would have soared through the lives.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
But they keep saying they're like this season that we don't know what's going on. It's just nuts.
Yes.
It's just bananas. You're getting singer-singers.
Absolutely.
You're getting, as they said about Claudia B. Claudia B didn't even make it, y'all. And then Winona Judd called her a singer. She's a singer.
A singer. Absolutely.
And she didn't even make it.
Right. That's what we're working with. Yeah.
Crazy. Wow, Stephanie, what an incredible episode. I don't even know what to predict in the lives. Next week it's just going to be amazing. It's just going to be absolutely amazing.
Excited.
And don't they all we'll all get to hear them next week, right? Whether it be on Monday or Tuesday, we'll get to hear everyone.
We'll get to
hear them live.
LIVE.
This is when
live.
things start to change a bit because there's no more production.
That's
There's
right.
no more mixing. Mixing
No.
is done on the fly.
That's right.
Mixing is done on the fly. So this is where the rubber meets the road, as they say.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so,
I'm excited.
wow. Yeah.
Excited.
Well, what an incredible past 3 episodes. These
Yes.
playoffs. Ever since they've started this format with the playoffs, or we've been covering the playoffs, it's been some of the most exciting rounds of music.
Yes, it has.
It is kind of turning into my favorite round. God forbid I say that, because you know which round is my favorite.
Yes, those battles.
It's been fierce.
Yeah,
It has
everybody
been
just
some of the
brings their A
fiercest.
game. They've been bringing their A game
Yeah.
for these playoffs. So you're right. We
Yeah.
are in for it for these lives, for real.
Yeah. It's crazy from
Yes.
here on. So America,
Yes.
it's on us.
Oh,
It's on
God.
us from here on out. Let's go.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Let's go. All right, Stephanie, tell the Pitchies what they need to hear.
So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. And also check us out on YouTube. Search for The Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. And last, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more.
All right, so we'll see you. No more leaks, Steph. No more leaks.
Oh my gosh, you're right. No more leaks.
No more leaks. So we'll see everybody next week. Nothing to marinate over the weekend, but I'm going to continue to marinate over.
I was going to say, there's plenty to marinate on.
So, awesome job, everyone. We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.